All right. Good evening, everyone. It is 8:29 Eastern Time, 7:29 Central Time. Make sure everything's good to go here. Make sure there's no background music or anything like that playing. I want to give you guys a quick one more update here. Um, the severe threat is decreasing, just like I previously stated on the live just about 45 minutes ago. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center has put out an outlook just a few minutes ago that highlights the majority of central and southern Kentucky that's under that severe thunderstorm watch. Basically says that the severe threat is gradually decreasing. National Weather Service is stating that there's some damaging wind threat may persist for the next hour or so, but the overall severe threat will continue to wane across the severe thunderstorm watch currently in effect. National Weather or the Storm Prediction Center also states that the basically the line of severe thunderstorm or the line of thunderstorms that we was talking about earlier continues to weaken. Not a lot of energy out ahead of these storms, so that is basically what we said in our earlier live is what is actually coming true here this evening. So here is the current radar. This is radar Omega. Again, I love weather-wise radar. Radar Omega is you can see the storms a lot clearer this evening for some reason on the Radar Omega app. So I would rather use that. But these are just good old-fashioned thunderstorms. No severe thunderstorm activity ongoing at all. We do have some strong thunderstorm activity ongoing right now. We do have a special weather statement here for the Logan, Simpson, and Allen County area. Simpson and Allen County really taking the blunt of some where that strong thunderstorm activity is right now. Let me get the special weather statement on that. So this is going to go for Southern Logan, Simpson, and Southern counties. Sorry, getting a little too quick for myself. This is going to be for Southern Logan, Simpson, and Southern Allen counties through 7:45 Central. So it's another 14 minutes there. Franklin really taking the blunt of that strong thunderstorm. Again, this is not severe. This is just a good old-fashioned southern soaker, as Mike, my counterpart here at Zero Meter Chasers, just said on Twitter. So winds up to 40 miles an hour and half-inch hail is possible. Torrential rainfall is also occurring with the storm. Lots of lightning is also present here in the Simpson, Allen County area. So this is going to continue to lift to the north here, northeast. This is eventually going to move into the southern part of Warren County, the northern part of Allen County there, and eventually start making its way off to the northeast as well. Then we zoom out here. You can really see here over the last little bit how these storms have kind of held their own here in the south central Kentucky area. So really right here in this neck of the woods, these storms have kind of held together. Again, nothing severe or anything like that, but definitely they've held their strength here as far as strong thunderstorm activity. So this is where you're going to see your torrential rainfall, lots of lightning, those type nature or those type of storms. That's kind of what we're going to be looking like as we progress into the nighttime hours. Severe weather threat, I would almost put it at 0. Okay, so just a heads up on that. I'm not expecting to see any type of severe weather for the remainder of the evening. We could have some strong thunderstorm activity like we're seeing down here in south central Kentucky, especially the Allen County, Simpson County area. So I'm not ruling out the possibility for some stronger type thunderstorms like we're seeing down here. But as far as severe weather is concerned, I would put it at almost 0 for the remainder of the night. So again, the Storm Prediction Center has already put out a statement saying the severe threat is diminishing. I don't really see this severe thunderstorm watch lasting until 1 a.m. I'm sure that it will be allowed to expire before 1 a.m. In fact, I might even give it another hour, maybe 2, before they allow that to expire. But it will definitely, they'll let it expire before 1 o'clock in the morning. I can guarantee you that. So that is definitely some good news. We'll switch to the Louisville radar site here. And again, this is just a lot of rain. And this is going to be very, very beneficial rainfall here across much of central Kentucky. We'll zoom out here just a little bit. That way you guys can kind of see the bigger picture. So this is going to be beneficial rainfall. I would say around a ½ inch, potentially all the way up to an inch of rainfall possible by tomorrow morning. But again, I'm not expecting any type of severe weather. This is how confident I am that we're not expected to see severe weather. You guys typically know, like when we have severe weather, that type thing, I've got like soft drinks on the side, Ski, Mountain Dew, Code Red, whatever that may be, right? I don't know what you guys typically do before bed, as far as like everybody's got a bedtime routine, right? Like mine is, right before bed I get a shower, change into something comfy, and then I drink a nice chocolate milk before bed. That's my bedtime routine. You guys might have something else. This is how confident I am that we have no severe weather. I've got me a Yahoo here. You call them Yoo-hoos, whatever y'all want to do them. I call them Yahoos. I've got me a nice chocolate drink here, and as soon as this live stream's over, I'm probably going to bed. That's how confident I am on nothing happening tonight. If that tells you anything. So, just an FYI on that for everybody. So everybody will be able to sleep well tonight, especially when some of this rain moves over your location. Is there a better way to sleep than having a night where you can potentially raise the windows up just a little bit and you can hear a nice steady rainfall throughout the night, maybe a little bit of thunder? That's got to be like one of the most peaceful sleeps, right? You guys let me know what you think. I personally think it's peaceful. The problem with that is what's the temperatures tonight? I know some people, it's hard to sleep hot. So if you raise the windows, low temperature tonight is 60. I mean, I don't know. Probably a little too warm, but not unheard of, right? So, somebody Peyton says, I'm terrified of rain, and the fact that you just called that a Yahoo. I do it as a joke, because I know it's not a Yahoo, it's obviously a Yoo-hoo. But I always call them Yahoos, and people get wound up. That's funny. You'll see I just hit my mic and almost knocked it on the floor. You guys got me so wound up. Jarrett said, I wish I could raise a window, but I live in a town. I'm not even going to finish reading that. That's a good one, though, Jarrett. Oh, me. Oh, me. Anyways, you guys have any questions or just anything you want to talk about, I'll sit here. We'll kind of have a little bit of a relaxing next 15 minutes here for a little bit. Again, not expecting any severe weather for the remainder of the night. Let me put a motion on the radar here. And again, I switched to Radar Omega for this evening. Again, I'm a big fan of WeatherWise during active severe weather situations, but on Radar Omega you can see the rain a lot better. The presentation is much clearer for the rainfall that's moving in on Radar Omega this evening. I like how it looks a lot better. It's much easier to see the rainfall moving in and kind of what we're looking at versus what WeatherWise was showing. So I am on Radar Omega. That's why the radar looks just a little bit different. But again, the only thing we're looking at right now as far as strong thunderstorm activity is this strong thunderstorm activity ongoing here in the Simpson, Allen County area. Again, let's put a motion on this radar here. And again, the National Weather Service has a special weather statement on these storms here. which is basically saying, hey, these storms are just below severe limits, and this is going to be for about another 6 minutes. So nothing super long by no means. And the National Weather Service is stating strong thunderstorms will impact southern Logan, Simpson, and southern Allen counties through 7:45. And that is mainly going to be there for the Simpson-Allen County area. Allen County really taking the blunt of it right now. Right here in the Petroleum community, Alonzo community, Red Hill, New Row, Pope, not Mark Pope, just regular Pope. There in the southern part of Allen County. This is going to be moving into Scottsville here relatively shortly. Again, torrential rainfall. Ongoing with this storm here, lots of lightning. Okay, lots of lightning. So again, that's the only relatively strong storm we have ongoing here in the area. Clarksville, Tennessee, is under this special weather statement. And that's wind gust up to 50 miles an hour there in Clarksville, Tennessee. But again, here in Kentucky, that's the only strong thunderstorm that we're really looking at. The rest of the area is just plain old rain. We'll do a little zoom out here so you guys can see the bigger picture. This is going to be slowly moving to the east as we progress into the overnight hours. So again, lots of rainfall expected during the overnight period, ½ inch, maybe up to an inch. Maybe some gusty winds. And then there's definitely, you guys are definitely going to see some thunder, or see some lightning and hear some thunder during the overnight period. But again, these are just general thunderstorms, nothing to be alarmed about. Yes, that's a funny story on Corey. Peyton and Ariel are going back and forth here. But yeah, so obviously in the AI world, everybody kind of uses ChatGPT for their own personal whatever. The majority of people, not everybody. So typically what I do is, I'm not an advanced person with grammar and punctuation and spelling. So before ChatGPT, there was this thing called Grammarly. So I would type up, kind of what I wanted to say, and I'd put it in Grammarly, and it would organize it, in the we got a new flash flood warning for Simpson County. We'll go over that here in just a second. But anyway, you put your information into Grammarly, and it would organize it, fix punctuation, fix your grammar, make it sound a lot more professional. Well, now ChatGPT is basically the same thing, and it's a little bit quicker. So yesterday I was typing into ChatGPT my thoughts of what I expected the overnight situation to be. So I'm typing in there still under a level 2 slight risk. Central Kentucky still expected to see severe weather between 12 and 4 a.m. Damaging winds main threat. Isolated tornadoes is definitely possible. Yada yada yada, something like that. So typed all that information in, and ChatGPT outputs all that information. At the very top it says here's a clean, polished version for you. So if you use ChatGPT, you just there's a copy button at the bottom. So I just hit the button. Well, that copied the whole thing, and obviously at the top it said here's a cleaner, polished version. Well, I put the whole thing on my Facebook status. So I didn't pay no attention to it. I come back 30 minutes later, and then some people would realize, like, oh, you use ChatGPT. So yeah. So some people thought that my entire status was AI generated when that's not the case. So we just had a flash flood warning issued down here in the Simpson County area. So it's a new flash flood warning that was just issued here. Let me get that pulled up here from the National Weather Service. We'll get the hopefully be able to get that that information out there for you. Let's see here. Maybe, maybe not. We'll just read it from Radar Omega. So this is a flash flood warning for southeastern Simpson County. Excuse me. This is going to go until 11:15 Central Time. Doppler radar indicated a severe thunderstorm. Doppler radar indicated thunderstorms producing heavy rain across the warned area. Between 1 and 3 inches of rain have fallen. Additional rainfall amounts of a ½ inch to 1.5 inches is possible in the warning area. So flash flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly. So again, if you live in this area, or you know somebody that lives in this area, the Franklin area, Flat Rock, Hickory Flat, they're in the southern part of Simpson County. They are under a flash flood warning. So that's going to be your poor drainage, flood-prone, low-lying area. Then heavy rainfall ongoing there just to the southwest of Scottsville, too, there in Allen County. Southwestern part of Allen County, your Alonzo Community, Red Hill, Pope, Petroleum, New Row. Lots of lightning ongoing in this area as well. So we'll zoom out here just a little bit so you guys can kind of see the full picture. Again, not expecting any type of severe weather for the remainder of the evening. So Angela says starting to thunder in Hart County. If we zoom in here to Hart County, let's switch to the Louisville radar site here. We'll zoom in here to Hart County. We do have some stronger thunderstorm activity there in the southern part of Hart County, your Horse Cave, Hardyville area just south of Mumfortville. So again, here for the Green Taylor County surrounding area, we'll zoom in here just a little bit. That's the only thunderstorm activity ongoing, is right there in the southern part of Hart County. When we look at the radar here, that we can see that rain is slowly creeping in, and that will continue during the overnight period. Slowly but surely, it is creeping in. And yes, these are just regular plain old thunderstorms that we are expecting to see during the overnight period. Isolated strong storm possible, but no severe weather is expected for the remainder of the night, unless something crazy happens here over the next hour. Lots of lightning expected during the overnight period as well. So again, when you guys are laying down in bed, you're more than likely going to hear a lot of thunder in the overnight period. A lot of lightning is going to be occurring with these storms as well. Torrential rainfall, isolated heavy rainfall in isolated locations, and that's kind of going to be the song and dance during the overnight period. Amy says thunder and lightning in northern Hart County as well. So yeah, all these storms are moving in. You guys can see it here. It's slowly creeping in here. You guys can kind of see the shield of rain slowly creeping in. Slowly but surely. Be able to better see it if I do something like this. Yeah, there's your shield of rain. And again, this is slowly moving in. Slowly moving to the northeast. So the flood advisory that was just issued. That flood advisory is going to be for portions of Logan and Simpson County. That's going to be for minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas. That was an earlier flood advisory. The new flood advisory is for Todd County, I believe. See if we can get those turned on here real quick. Nope, wrong one. Here we go. Hydro, there we go. Okay, so it is on. Might just take a minute. Suzanne says, did the storms cause the gas prices to go up? I guess, Suzanne. I guess. What was gas today? Almost 4.20. Ridiculous. What do I think about Mark Pope's recruiting capabilities? My sister asked. I don't think there's enough time left in the night for me to talk about Mark Pope. All right, does anybody have any more questions? I want to give a shout out to Mike, my counterpart here with Zero Meter Chasers. I guess I should say teammate would be more like it. Mike's a great asset here on the team. He is in the chat answering questions, legitimate questions. Riley, we're not going to see any type of tornadic threat for the remainder of the night. No tornadic threat. Severe weather threat is basically at zero for the remainder of the night. Thank you, Don. Appreciate you. Appreciate you turning in. Jerry, not expecting any severe weather for anybody else in Central Kentucky for the night. So again, anybody that's just hopping on, we're just expecting to see a nice soaking of rainfall for the remainder of the evening and into tonight. So what you're seeing here is this moderate to heavy rainfall slowly creeping in to the rest of Central Kentucky, already ongoing here across portions of Western Kentucky, portions of South Central Kentucky, and portions of Central Kentucky, basically from Mumfortville down to Tompkinsville and points to the west. This area of rainfall is going to continue to move to the east here over the next couple hours, and this is going to continue into the overnight period. So you're going to see lightning throughout the night. You're going to hear it thunder. That's just going to be one of those nights where we have general thunderstorms in the area, but no severe weather is expected. Rainfall amounts a half inch, potentially up to an inch in places. Areas that we see heavy rainfall, like we have down here in Simpson County, there is a chance that some areas see prolonged areas of, or I guess I should say prolonged. Some areas will see prolonged rain, where you have isolated flash flooding like we have right here in Simpson County. So that is possible, but that is what we're expecting to see for the remainder of the night. Jesse, we are still under a severe thunderstorm watch, but I expect the National Weather Service to allow that to expire early. Kathy, some of these storms will be capable of producing some small hail, but not expecting to see anything major. Oh God, Campbellsville insiders on the in the chat. The only thing legit here is Corey's love for weather. Thank you, Campbellsville insider. I appreciate that. Stephen, no severe weather in Grayson County. Up here in Grayson County, let me switch to the Louisville radar site here. In the Louisville radar site shows, the thunderstorm activity just a little bit stronger, but still not expecting any type of severe weather. So we're going to keep an eye on everything just to make sure. But again, not expected to see any more severe weather for the remainder of the evening and into tonight. So just some areas of some strong thunderstorm activity. That's entirely possible. Like right here in the southern part of Hart County. So some strong thunderstorm activity ongoing there. Again, this is just some torrential rainfall, winds maybe up to 30 miles an hour. Some lightning, Horse Cave, Uno, Hardyville, Monroe area. If we put this radar into motion here, this is slowly going to move into portions of Greene County here in the next little bit. So Central County, Northern Greene County, this will be moving into your neck of the woods here relatively shortly. And again, I know somebody asked about Grayson County. Again, nothing severe in Grayson County, just thunderstorms moving into the western part of the county. Excuse me. Fran, rain is going to end tomorrow morning. Most of the rain will be moved out by noon tomorrow morning. Or tomorrow, I should say. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate you tuning in. Steve, rainfall for Greene County tonight, anywhere between, I would say, a half inch, potentially up to an inch. Kathy, some small hail is possible, not looking at anything major. Ariel said, I hope Mark Pope fumbles. I think he already has. Mark Pope's the Kentucky basketball coach, Ariel. Golly. I think Ariel lives in a rock some days, under a rock. Lack of question answering. So Ariel deserves a spot in the sponsorship rotation because she keeps the chat popping off. Huh. I'll consider it. There, I hope you guys are happy now. Corey Rutledge said, I'm here for the chat at this point. Yeah, we're getting into one of those chat sessions. Nothing really going on in the weather department. And honestly, it's kind of crazy. But there is 400 of you on here listening to me talk about rain. Because it's literally what's going on right now. Nothing but rain and some general thunderstorms. Autumn, Elizabethtown, again, for everybody in central Kentucky, we're expecting just general thunderstorms for the remainder of the evening into tonight. Not expect any severe weather. There's a chance for an isolated strong storm here or there, just like we're looking at right now here in Hart County. I would consider this a strong thunderstorm here in the southern part of Hart County moving into Greene County. And nothing to be concerned about or anything like that, but you're looking at some brief torrential rainfall. Lightning is increasing just a little bit. Probably going to see winds maybe up to 30 miles an hour, maybe some small hail. Strong thunderstorm activity. Nothing that's going to go severe. But that's what we're expecting to see for the remainder of tonight, okay? So severe weather threat is basically at zero. I don't see this severe thunderstorm watch lasting until 1 a.m. I would like to believe that will be allowed. The National Weather Service will allow that to expire early. I don't know when they will pull the trigger on expiring it early. But it's 8 o'clock now. I would say by 10 o'clock it's expired. Central Time. That's 2 more hours. That's just my personal guess. I understand leaving it up maybe for another hour because there is a chance for some strong thunderstorm activity like we're seeing here in the southern part of Hart County, moving into Greene County now. But outside of that, I just don't see any type of severe weather threat this evening. I just don't. Thank you, Lori. Appreciate you tuning in from the first time from Hart County. Would love to see you in the future more often. So I'm right next to you over here in Greene County. Anytime there's weather popping off, I am live. And if I'm not live, I would almost have to be dead. I do remember that, Tim. That was very entertaining. Arrow, you're right. Your fan base is bigger than UK basketball because Mark Pope has really made that easy. I'm not talking about Mark Pope anymore tonight. This is not a Mark Pope rant session. I do not want to get down that road. Excuse me. Corey said I should host his weekly yap sessions. All jokes aside, I have thought about doing like a 1 week type thing, maybe a Monday or a Thursday or something like that, where I bring guests in. Now, pump the brakes here. When I say guest, I mean like people in the community that would have to do with weather, right? So like emergency managers, that deal with weather. I would like maybe bring other meteorologists in and just do like a chat session, like your Brian Good from Wave 3, or Chris Allen in Bowling Green, or Shane Hollandy, those type people. Other weather people that's in the community. We've got a team of people here at Zero Meter Chasers. Maybe do a chat session with one of them. Storm spotters, storm chasers, stuff like that. So I've considered doing some stuff like that, and just kind of having some talks. Maybe doing some educational type stuff, like let's talk about different warnings, like how National Weather Service issues things, stuff like that. Somebody said do Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall, like he is, he's way up there, and I commend. I do want. I'm glad somebody brought up Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall. Okay, I want to talk about this for a second. I commend Ryan Hall and Max Velocity with everything in my body. These guys, I think Ryan has been live for 4 days this week. I think he's been straight live for 12 to 14 hours each night. Okay. I did, one time last year, I did a 9 hour straight live coverage. I think it was around this time last year. I did 9 straight hours, and I thought I was going to die. It took me like 3 days to recover from that. And he did 12 to 14 hours straight, and he's done it for 4 days. And he looks like he looks like he slept 10 hours last night. I don't know how he does it. It's great. I love Ryan Hall. He's doing a great job. Again, I know most people get jealous. There's a lot of competition in the weather industry. Everybody wants to be the best. Everybody wants to do this, that, and whatever. But I'm not like that. I don't really get jealous about other people because in the weather industry, if you're not in it to keep everybody safe, you're in it for the wrong reason. Ryan Hall's keeping people safe. Max Velocity is keeping people safe. I'm doing what I can to keep people safe. Even though we're all not on the same team, we all should be working together. You know what I mean? And if you're not working together to keep people safe, and that's not what your number one goal is, you're in it for the wrong reason. And that is my TED Talk for tonight. Some weather people like to bash other weather people publicly. Those people are in it for the wrong reason. Jenny, I did see something about Ryan Hall last night where he was eating. I mean, the man ordered DoorDash, and he ate his taco on stream or whatever he ordered. So kudos to the man. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, I feel like here, locally, we do a really good job keeping everybody up to date on what's going to happen right here locally. We've got, talking about other weather people in the industry. Landon Hampton down in Bowling Green, he does a great job. He covers Warren and surrounding counties. He calls it Wobbles. And, he does a great job covering, that area. I feel like we do a really good job here covering the central Kentucky area. So Ryan covers the whole United States of America. And loves it. And that's great for him. but we really just concentrate on Central Kentucky specifically. But we will cover, Western and Eastern Kentucky as well. Middle Tennessee we'll drop down in and do some coverage on as well. We're trying to build our audience down in the Tennessee area. We're doing a good job of doing that. So we technically do cover Tennessee, and we'll eventually start, spreading down into Tennessee for coverage as well when the time comes. Yes, Jenny. Sean Hammond's a really good guy too. There's a lot of respectable people in the weather industry. Again, I'm not here to talk bad about anybody, which I haven't. I haven't said nothing bad about anybody. Again, the number one goal of anybody in the weather enterprise is to keep everybody as informed as possible and keep people safe, ultimately, from the weather. Use your expertise to warn people of inclement weather and try to keep them as safe as possible or as prepared as possible, depending on what the situation is, right? So you guys have heard my story before, but I used to be terrified of storms growing up. At a very, very young age, I was absolutely terrified of storms. I was so scared of storms that if I heard an airplane in the sky that sounded like thunder, I was convinced it was thunder. So, just one day, I'll never forget where I was at. Everybody in the weather industry has a story, and this is my story. And some have heard it, some hasn't. But at a young age, I was on the bus. We was in a thunderstorm, very scary. Everybody was panicking. I was probably kindergarten, first grade at the oldest, and something clicked. I looked around, seen everybody panicking, freaking out, and I'm like, why is everybody absolutely melting down over this? Like, I want to be able to tell these guys, my friends, my classmates, that everything's going to be okay. And how can I do that? Well, I've got to learn how weather works. I've got to learn what it is, what it does. That way I can tell these people, hey, this is what's coming. Don't worry about it. Or this is what's coming. Be prepared for it. Like, stuff like that. So, that's kind of how I got into weather. I actually went home that day, turned on the Weather Channel, just started watching. So, and I learned a lot at a young age on my own. And then as I've gotten older, I never wanted to do this. This whole thing you guys see right now, me being on screen, I did not want that at all. I didn't want anybody to hear me talk. Had no interest in doing public broadcasting. And here I am. So, everybody has a plan. God has a plan for everybody. Just not trying to get super sappy here, but everybody is on this planet for a reason. Sometimes you know why you're here. Sometimes you don't know why you're here. But there is a plan for everybody. And that's my motivation. That's your motivational speech for today. Yeah, a lot of people do enjoy the comment section. A lot of people really do have anxiety, PTSD, those type things. They'll get in here. They can hear, me talking about weather. We've got Mike in the chat that keeps answering everybody's questions. And then you just got people that's kind of cutting up, making jokes, asking questions, kind of going back and forth, that type thing. It does, ease a lot of people's anxiety. So, like I said, I've said it 1,000 times before. I appreciate the community we've built here. I appreciate you guys supporting me. And I really do. I'm very, very proud of what we've built here and what we're going to continue to build here until I die. And it may keep going. I've got 2 kiddos that are starting to get more interested in weather as the days go by. So it might be a passing of the torch. You might have a Hawk Weatherman for the next 80 years. So the severe thunderstorm watch that was previously in effect has been canceled for Middle Tennessee. It is still in effect for Central Kentucky, but I would say that's going to be dropped very, very shortly. Looking at the radar here, got the next scan coming in. We got some heavy thunderstorm activity, strong thunderstorm activity here in the Greene County area. This is going to be in the Dansburg, Grab, Webbs community, all the way up to Gabe, which is going to be your Hudgens Highway from Summersville going into Hart County. So this part of Greene County here experiencing a little bit of a strong thunderstorm. Heavy rainfall going to be the main threat here with that storm, maybe some small hail. But that's just going to be to the east of Greensburg. Heavy rainfall still ongoing there in Hart County as well from Muffortville over to Hardyville. Outside of that, not really anything ongoing. Still have some strong thunderstorm activity ongoing here in the Beaver Dam, Litchfield area, right along the Western Kentucky Parkway. Excuse me, this is going to be just south of Beaver Dam all the way up to Litchfield. So heavy rainfall ongoing here in this area as well. But outside of that, this is the strongest storm we have in Central Kentucky right now, and this is in Greene County. Cody, I definitely appreciate you saying that. Cody asked, have you considered posting videos on TikTok? Maybe short clips of upcoming weather events may drive more traffic to your platforms. Yes, and that is in the works. That is the next platform I'm working on. I have some time coming up. I don't have a lot of things to do. So I'm going to use that time to work on starting to post more on TikTok, because I know TikTok's a big thing. I use TikTok a lot. It's my daily entertainment, as is a lot of you people here. So we're going to start getting into the TikTok section of the world. 15, 20 seconds forecast update. Probably going to start out maybe a couple days a week, and then ramp it up from there as we get used to using it. I'm sure it's easy to use, easy to make videos. We're going to get into that as well. Kayla wants to know if I know if they figured out the Code Red system. I do not know. I just know a little bit of the information as far as the Code Red system. So just a little backstory from what I understand. This may or may not be correct, but Taylor County has a Code Red system that is in place to send text and or phone calls to residents in Taylor County that has signed up for this. Supposedly, the system they used was hacked in a security breach or something like that. So that same system migrated to a new platform, and yesterday's severe weather event was the first time that new platform had been used, and there was a lot of issues with that. I know that there was a lot of the phone calls came from a Washington number, which could obviously definitely be confusing if you're, I don't know about you guys, but I get at least 20 spam calls a day, and that's generous. So, me getting phone calls from random numbers, probably not going to happen early in the morning, so that probably would have been like, what's going on, but a random number calling me at any given time, if it's not a local number, heck, sometimes even if it's a local number, it's spam 9 times out of 10. So to answer your question in short, Kayla, I don't think I haven't heard anything about them figuring out something with the Code Red system. But since we're on that rant, there's got to be a simpler way to get weather alerts to everybody's phone that's not just, the alert you get when a tornado warning is issued. If you can get an alert for a tornado warning, there should be a way for you to go into your phone and just flip a button for whatever alerts you want. If you want alerts for flooding, if you want alerts for severe thunderstorms, severe thunderstorm watch, tornado watch, you should be able to go into your phone and do that. But obviously that's not easily accessible. You have to download an app, or you got to sign up for a service, or you got to do this. But if there's a tornado warning or flash flood warning, your phone goes off, or an Amber Alert, your phone goes off for that. So I wish there was a way that you could go into your phone, just your iPhone or Android settings, and flip on whatever alert you want. That way, anytime there's an alert issued, if your phone's inside that polygon or inside that location, you get that alert. But again, there's another motivational speech for you guys. And also, I will tell you guys this real quick. So, I want to touch on this because I know last night I was super happy with our coverage last night. We had, I think, 2 or 3 tornado warnings. We covered every severe thunderstorm warning as soon as it got into the Hardin County area. It got a little bit closer. We was live for 3 hours last night, from 12:30 until 3:30 this morning. We went from basically Hardinsburg all the way to Somerset until those storms got through last night. The number one thing that I was upset about, and it's not anybody's fault, is when we lost power when that tornado warning was issued here in Greensburg. So that tornado warning was issued here in Greensburg. I was able to track that tornado warning for about 3 minutes before I didn't lose power, but there in the span of about 10 minutes, I think I had a power surge 3 times. So a little bit of information with that. If there's a power surge, everything goes down. All of my computers go down, the internet router goes down, and the power come right back on all 3 times. But anytime these computers go off, it's not an easy process getting everything booted back up. It's about a 4-minute process. So if I unplug my computer right now and plug it back in, I can go live again in about 4 minutes. So in a tornado warning, 4 minutes is a big deal. What if that tornado warning yesterday here in Greensburg, what if that would have produced a tornado? What if that tornado was on the ground? Again, it's not anything I can do, but that just makes me sick at my stomach. So, I got to thinking there was a lot of people that wrote me wanting to start GoFundMe's for a generator, all that good stuff. Nobody has to do any of that stuff. I much appreciated everybody wanting to start funds to get a generator for me. I'm very appreciative of that. But I did some research during the overnight period, and what I have learned is they make a power bank, okay? And it's basically just backup batteries that last about an hour, and you just basically plug all of your computers into this battery bank, and if you lose power, that battery bank kicks on automatically, keeps everything running. Obviously, you have to have your router hooked up to that. I would fix that. They're not overly expensive. I would call it a moderate, investment. But that's something we're going to get. I've already done the research on it, and we're going to have that before the year's up here in the office. So going forward, that's what we're going to have. We're going to have that battery backup to where if we lose power, we stay live, and we have 1 to 3 hours of battery backup. Because sometimes if the power goes out, it might be an extended period of time before that power comes back on. Luckily, last night, it was just power surges. But it was a nuisance. Just nuisance, power surges that knocked you out, that prevented you from getting back up. But every single time, I felt like I was in a Mike Tyson fight last night, just taking hit after hit after hit. But we got right back up, and we threw everything back on and kept trucking as quickly as possible. So that is in the works before the year is over. So again, we slowly progress a little more and a little more by the month here at 0 Meter Chasers. So, and I will say this, there is still almost 600 people watching, listening to me talk about it raining and just talking about random stuff. So let's kind of talk about the weather here for a minute. Right now, the strongest storm we have in the area is right on top of Greensburg. So if you're in Greensburg, the heaviest part of this storm is going to be right there on Hodgenville Road. Zoom into some of this here. Happyville Road, Mumfordville Road, just on the western side of Greensburg here. This is going to be moving into the Bluff Boom area. Highway 68 from Greensburg to Black Gnat. Again, no severe weather expected for the remainder of the night. I do expect the National Weather Service to let the severe thunderstorm watch expire early. I would say within the next hour, 30 minutes to an hour. The severe thunderstorm watch for Middle Tennessee has been allowed to expire. I would expect this one to also be allowed to expire early as well. This is the strongest storm we have in the area. Is right over Greensburg right now. This storm is also capable of producing some small hail. So thank you, Joel, for letting me know that. It's getting some small hail on Marshall Ridge Road here in Greene County. This is going to be moving into Campbellsville. We'll put a little motion on this radar, and this storm is moving right along Highway 68 between Greensburg and Campbellsville. Going to be moving through Black Gnat. So again, we zoom out here. There's nothing else ongoing. The rest of central Kentucky is just a general moderate, a nice steady moderate rainfall ongoing across all of central Kentucky. We do have some strong thunderstorm activity here in the Grayson County area, right there along the Western Kentucky Parkway, and just to the north, Caneyville, Litchfield, Clarkson, Big Clifty, these areas right here. Lightning, small hail, maybe some gusty winds, and some moderate rainfall. Moderate to heavy rainfall. But outside of that, this is the only strong thunderstorm we have. Jason, I've got my Yoo-hoo is what I've got tonight. Excuse me. You guys can hear me coughing and stuff. Allergies have been awful since Sunday, so I'm still trying to fight through that. They were really bad on Sunday. They cleared up tremendously. I don't even know what today is. What is today? Tuesday? They cleared up tremendously on Monday, which is great. Because we did live, a lot of coverage yesterday. But still fighting drainage, all that good stuff. Gotta love it. So Holly's reporting some very windy conditions there in the Summersville area. Josh Judd is reporting some major hail in the Summersville area right now. And that's going to be right here. That's going to be your hail core with this storm. It's going to be right along Hodgenville Road and just to the east. Appreciate you there, Josh. So, any hail with this storm is going to be to the east of Hodgenville Road. And that's going to be moving just to the north of Black Gnat, right along Highway 68 going into Campbellsville. So Brooklyn's reporting some hail right past 88 as well. Braden is also agreeing with Josh Judd. Lots of hail there in the Summersville area. Laura's reporting high wind there on, and some hail as well there on Cemetery Road. Thank you for that report there, Laura. And the National Weather Service has officially canceled that severe thunderstorm watch. So just as I was talking about, I didn't think that would last very long, and the National Weather Service has allowed that severe thunderstorm watch to expire. Getting reports from Stanton Hodges. They're in Campbellsville getting some thundering and lightning. He said he's heading down to the basement. He's scared. I'll zoom out here just a little bit more. Got people asking about Liberty. Again, slowly creeping toward Liberty, but not looking at anything significant there, by no means. Got a report from Owen Weeks. Says lots of lightning there in Campbellsville as well. Says he's out on his back porch taking a picture now with his dog. Thank you, Owen. Appreciate that. Logan in Lebanon wanting an update there in Lebanon. Again, slowly making its way toward Lebanon as well. But again, no severe weather expected for the remainder of the night. Just a general moderate to heavy rainfall expected for the remainder of the night. So just basically 2 areas of strong thunderstorm activity ongoing right now. The first one here in the Greene Taylor County area, right along the Highway 68 area. From Greensburg over to Bluff Boom, Black Gnat, over to the Highway 55 vicinity. And some brief heavy rainfall, lightning, gusty winds, and some small hail possible there with that storm. And then we're still dealing with some noisy thunderstorms up here in the Grayson-Hardin County area. Pretty much right along the Western Kentucky Parkway from Elizabethtown down to Caneyville. Again, these storms about the same thing. Brief heavy rainfall, lightning, gusty winds, 30 miles an hour, and some small hail possible with this storm as well. Megan's reporting hail near Marshall Ridge. No, Allison, no tornadic weather. No severe weather expected for the remainder of the night. In fact, the National Weather Service has expired that severe thunderstorm watch for the remainder of the night. So the National Weather Service has put out a special weather statement. We was just talking about this. This little blue area here, this is a special weather statement. The National Weather Service uses this to highlight storms that's basically just below severe limits. And this is a special weather statement here for north central LaRue and east central Hardin counties through 10 o'clock Eastern time. So about another 26 minutes. National Weather Service states wind gust up to 40 miles an hour and half-inch hail is possible. So if you live in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Lebanon Junction, New Haven, Cecilia, Roanoke, Arlington Field Airport, Just be aware that 40-mile-an-hour winds and small hail is possible. Frequent cloudy ground lightning also occurring with this storm. So, and things picking up just a little bit in Elizabethtown. Again, not expecting any severe weather. No severe weather expected. But you could also even say the same thing about these storms right along the Western Kentucky Parkway all the way down into the Litchfield, Clarkson, Big Clifty, Caneyville area. So from Elizabethtown to Caneyville, strong thunderstorms ongoing there in that vicinity. And winds up to 40 miles an hour, torrential rainfall, cloud ground lightning, small hail. But outside of that, that's about it. That's the strongest storms we have in the area. These storms here in Greene and Taylor County have weakened here over the last few minutes. You can look at the radar. You can see how it's went from a stronger storm back here in the western part of Greene County to a much weaker storm right there along the Greene-Taylor County line. All right, folks. With that being said, I think we are going to end tonight's coverage. It's 8:35 Central Time, 9:35 Eastern. So we're going to wrap it up here. Again, no severe weather expected for the remainder of the night for the entire Central Kentucky area. The severe thunderstorm watch that was previously in effect has been allowed to expire. So no severe weather expected for the remainder of the evening. We're going to continue to see moderate to heavy rainfall during the overnight period. There will be thunder. You will see lightning. Don't be alarmed. We could definitely see some rowdy thunderstorms during the overnight period, but no severe weather is expected. No tornadic weather is expected. So just keep that in mind for the remainder of the night. Just a good beneficial rainfall for the entire Central Kentucky area. Again, anywhere between a half inch all the way up to an inch of rainfall is expected. So I appreciate everybody tuning in here over the last couple of days. Definitely appreciate all your support, all your love. But that's all I got for you guys tonight. So get you guys a good night's rest. And I will see you on the next one. And again, I appreciate everybody and appreciate everybody's support. So until next time.